Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am back to discuss week 1 of the NFL season. Okay, let's get this out of the way. I'm counting it. Counting it as a win for the Cleveland Browns, even though it was a tie. You can't take that away from me. I'm counting it. Nobody thought that they were going to win, especially down 21-7 in the second half. I believe even in the fourth quarter. If the Browns... Scratch that. If the Steelers had Le'Veon Bell, did they lose that game? I don't think so. James Conner, don't get me wrong, had a great game. But the effect that the Le'Veon Bell has on the team all around takes the pressure off of Big Ben. The defense plays differently when Le'Veon Bell is on the field. It was like the Steelers, or it's like the Browns wanted to let James Conner do whatever he wanted to do, and they were gonna take away Big Ben, and they did, to the tune of 4 interceptions. It was a great game, only a tie because of a blocked field goal at the end. Granted, you can go the other way with that, only a tie because of a missed field goal by Boswell. Also, so close, but I'm counting it. You're not gonna take it away from me. All right. Now that being said, another phenomenal win for my Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers, I thought the season was over. I was getting condolences on my phone. Sorry about your season. Sorry about Aaron Rodgers. But then he came back second half and lit the world on fire. And they won. And they won 24-23. The Green Bay Packers win. Aaron Rodgers is the greatest of all time. I don't care that he only has 1 ring. I don't care that Tom Brady also won and has won far more Super Bowls. Aaron Rodgers, I believe, is the better quarterback, is the best quarterback of all time. And fight me about it. You want to fight about it? So I wanted to talk about just a couple of things. Well, I'll get this out of the way. I won 1, and I lost 1. I won in my regular fantasy league, and I lost in my dynasty league. I won in the family league by a couple of points, and then I lost in the dynasty league by a lot of points. I won with Marcus Mariota. Ooh, phasing. I won with Marcus Mariota scoring 1 point. Because I'm the greatest of all time. Just kidding. Because Antonio Brown scored, and Keenan Allen scored, and my defense scored better, my kicker scored better, almost everybody else scored better. And he had Aaron Rodgers, and I still beat him. Pepsi, the official beverage of the NFL. Not a sponsor. But yeah, I won. But then I lost in my dynasty league, even with Andrew Luck scoring 20 points and Saquon Barkley scoring 20 points. The beautiful 68-yard touchdown run, saving his fantasy day. Joe Mixon scoring over 20 points, really going to work on the Colts defense as he should have. But my problem came in with Amari Cooper, whom I begged when I drafted him not to suck. But I'll give him this. I don't think it was his fault. And I'll discuss that in a moment. But he didn't do much. Larry Fitzgerald didn't do much. Jimmy Graham didn't do much. And I believe that was just the nature of the game when they were down, 20 plus points when Aaron Rodgers came back. Didn't seem like a slow Jimmy Graham kind of game. They needed to score. They needed to score quickly. And they did that with long bomb. Well, short pass, long run to Cobb. Long bomb to Geronimo Allison. And then a long short pass, long run to Devontae Adams. That's not Jimmy Graham's game. When you're in the red zone, when you're in the 10, that's when he's going to become effective. Not so much in the type of game that it was. So let's get this out of the way also. Mitchell Trubisky is not a good quarterback. Puts a lot of question marks around my Trey Burton pick. I may have to reconsider my tight end, but I won in that league, so it might not be that big of a concern yet. But Trubisky, outside of the scripted plays, he was hot trash. And, what can you do? I felt that all of last year. They only won when he didn't throw the ball last year. That tells you all you need to know. When your quarterback doesn't need to throw the ball or can't throw the ball to win the game, you're not a good quarterback. All he did was run. Especially towards the end of the game, he got frazzled. He looked like Nathan Peterman or Derek Carr. Did not look good at the second half of the game. That's Derek Carr as well. Didn't look good in the second half of his game. Amari Cooper letting me down. Marshawn Lynch scored 10-yard touchdown run with the help of the offensive line and some pushing. But what are you doing, John Gruden? What are you doing? Marshawn Lynch gets 11 carries. None in the fourth quarter. But Tim, they were losing in the fourth quarter. They were down by 7 points when they stopped putting Marshawn Lynch in. His last three carries, one was for 9 yards, one was for 6 yards, and one was for 2 yards. And then, so what is that? 9, 15, 17 yards on 3 carries. That's almost 6 yards per carry. And yet, nope, you're out of here. And then Derek Carr, when he wasn't throwing to Jared Cook, which that's fine. Good on Jared Cook. But he was just oh, where's Jalen Richard? Here you go. Where's Jalen Richard? Here you go. Richard? Here you go. Richard had 8 catches for like 30 yards, 34 yards, something like that. Like 10, 12 targets. I don't know what happened. It's like and then his interceptions. Derek Carr really made Amari Cooper just useless for me. And it was a sad, sad day. And then Marcus Mariota with his 1 point. Try as he might, he could not take me down single-handedly because I won that game. And the takeaway for me from that game is don't start Marcus Mariota anymore. It's that simple. Not really. But I will now. I'm going to drop him. And I'm going to pick up somebody on the waivers like Tyrod Taylor, who I should have started anyways. Would have won by more. But, yeah, didn't cost me the game, so I'm not too salty about it. And then, yeah, those were... Oh, and then my picks were okay. The Bucks destroyed the Saints. The Saints defense looked terrible. Fitzpatrick, is he going to play all season when Winston comes back off of his suspension? Should he play all season? I don't know. Playing like that, Fitzpatrick was good. Had some good years. Had some good games. Had some bad games, but Winston has too. I don't know. If you are not going to make Winston your quarterback of the future, why not make Fitzpatrick quarterback this season? Don't know. And then Deshaun Watson. He was who I said he was, people. 50% completion. With that game, 176 yards, I think. Something silly. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. When you throw 50% completion consistently, you're not going to consistently have 4 touchdowns. 3-4 touchdowns. I know Will Fuller's out of the game. And I'm not convinced. Deshaun Watson was who I thought he was. And until he proves otherwise, he will still be that to me. Sure, he will have maybe a game where he throws 4 touchdowns again. But it's not the consistency that you want from your quarterback. Especially with such a deep quarterback pool. I mean, it is what it is. And then Patrick Mahomes lit the world on fire with Tyreek Hill. Take 2 of those touchdowns away, then it's an average game, because 2 of them, I believe, were just boop, da boop, to Tom Brady. Here you go. 1 yard little flick in front of you for a touchdown. But hey, goes down in the box score, goes down in fantasy stats as a touchdown. Are you to expect 4 touchdowns every week? Obviously not. But it was a great week for him. A great week for Tyreek the Freak. Not so much, not a good week for Kareem Hunt. And is that cause for concern? Not for me. I actually hope he doesn't watch it. But I put in a trade offer to get Kareem Hunt in my family league. I don't believe I'll be able to get him in my dynasty league, just because, yeah, I don't think so. But I don't know. It's my first year in this league. I don't know if trades, if they happen or not. So we'll see. I put it in. Don't know what's going to happen. So later this week, tomorrow, I will discuss my actual rankings, finally. I know waiver wires are a big deal. Obviously, there's a bunch of questions, especially in a standard league. Dynasty, there's not so many questions about waiver wire because there's nobody on the freaking waiver wire. That's why I'm not really a fan yet of dynasty football, because everybody, what you have is, it seems like, unless you make a trade, it's what you're going to have throughout the whole year. And I don't like that. I like the moving, the shaking, picking up somebody off of the waiver wire, getting somebody who will help you win your whole season. With that being said, just some quick takeaways. I'm going to discuss my positional rankings tomorrow. I know I've said before, but I will do it. It's in the books. It will happen. Matthew Stafford, big disappointment. Derek Carr, John Gruden. What are you doing? Oh, you're losing by 20 points. That's what you're doing. You had something that worked. Short, quick passes. Run beast mode. And then you just gave up. And I don't mean short, quick passes to stupid Jalen Richard. Anyways, 1-0 in one league, donut in one in the other. It'll be alright. I have faith. It's a long season. You can start 0-4 and still win the championship. It's happened before. Not by me, but it's happened. Who starts 0-4? Not me. Alright, but that's going to do it. I will see you guys next time.